Okay, so today I'm gonna give you guys a quick little tip at the kitchen. Dan and I were doing some drills and we kind of got into this conversation about how a lot of players right here, especially once you get to like the 4-0 plus level, there's a little bit of a gap on what to do here once you actually get here. One thing I wanted to talk about is I laid out these little dots here. When you're like learning pickleball and someone hits around here, a lot of instructors teach like, oh yeah, you know, just let it bounce in the kitchen and then let it go. But once you get to higher level, you really want to control this area. Meaning if Dan and I were dinking here, I don't want to just let him hit those. And now I'm backing up and now I'm popping a ball up and Dan's gonna absolutely obliterate me. So this zone right here indicates, yeah, it's the kitchen, but this is a zone where I should have my body weight forward. My entire like atmosphere should be like here, so that if Dan does hit here, I can actually dink that back, volley dink it like that. Or if it's a little bit too high, then I could actually flick it at him and I could create a threat. So this is something that if you are nearing the 4-0 plus level, start thinking about these volley attacks, protecting your line like that. Even that he got back, but that set up, this is a real game, that just set up another attack. So creating this kind of imaginary guideline of I want to take balls out of here as well and protect my feet here is a huge thing to think about when you're at the 4-0 plus level. So here, that's a great dink. It's too far in. That's still too far in, but Dan, I'll replay that one, but Dan did a great job at protecting his foot on that one. A lot of 3-5 players, I hit that same exact dink, and to their backhand, 9 times out of 10, a 3-5 player will back up and let that ball land here, which is not a blunder per se, but it's a strategical blunder at the higher level where if he lets that bounce, let me try to get there. So if he lets that bounce, that's gonna happen. He's either gonna short hop it into the net or he's gonna pop it up for an easy cleanup on my end. So that's one thing that we want to talk about. But number two is we want to talk about what happens when someone's about to attack you. How should, because we all mess up. We all mess up. Say I do like a volley dink and I pop it up a little bit like that. What should I do in that scenario? And a lot of 3-5, even 4-0 players that I see, they recognize they make a mistake and they pop a ball up and they instantly do this. So you know the attack is coming, but you see that you kind of do this. Now your weight's on the back foot. Some people even jump. Some people do this. Some people do this. But all I really want to know is when we do this, our paddle angle goes up. But two, if we back up or we jump back, now we create actual targets for Dan to hit. Versus, I know a ball is coming, someone's gonna attack me, I'm gonna utilize that net as actually a protection. So I'll show you what I mean here. I'm gonna try to use that net as a protection for me because he can't hit through the net. Meaning, if he can't hit through the net, my lower half of the body is protected here. Meaning I should actually stand my ground, protect my chest, protect my face, and go for a counter attack. And this is definitely more 4-0 plus level of using counter attacks, but I want to utilize the net as my advantage because he can't hit through the net. Sometimes if I see someone hitting a big wind up, especially if they get this, and I know they're blasting it, I'll actually duck down a little bit, utilizing that net as a protection barrier because I know he can't hit my face if my face is net level. There's just no way they could hit it. So I'll do something like this, get really low. But let's see a few points here. I'll try to, this is kind of hard to replicate, but if Dan does get a good, well, that hit the net. But if Dan does get a good attack, I just want to show you kind of the idea of what I'm trying to do. Okay, so here, there, okay. So notice how that one, even though I realize I hit a dead dink, I see Dan's about to attack me, but we play that. I'm not flinching, but I'm like, okay, get ready. Let's attack that one because he's coming at me. I need to stand my ground. I'm typically not gonna swing. I'm just gonna either counter punch, counter block, maybe a reset. Let's see what happens here. So that one, that just me staying here actually kind of puts a pressure on Dan to be like, okay, now he has to hit a little bit lower because my paddle is up here. Okay, so let's hit that one. So that one is a perfect example is, yes, I messed up. We always mess up. No matter how good you are, you will always mess up. But what do you do after you mess up? You pop that ball up, stand your ground, don't give up, be diligent, and go for a counter. I see way too many times people pop a ball up and they do this. Ah, dang it. They just wasted that crucial 0.2 seconds of breath, attention to say like, oh, dang it, I messed up. Oh, God. But that breath, that attention, I utilize to be like, okay, get ready, Ed. Get ready to survive this and counter punch them and surprise them. Let's do a few more for you guys. There. All right, sometimes that happens and the game continues. All right, he's coming. Okay. Okay, what if I do that? So notice, yes, I hit that dink higher. Dan correctly goes for the attack, but I'm diligent. I am saying, okay, I know he's gonna hit right here. There's no way he can hit down here. I'm staying on top of that. Boom, boom, counter.